Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market, even though I got the S&P 500 on there, guys. So, pretty much if the S&P 500 is going to be trending up, Bitcoin be trending up, Nasdaq trending up. Nasdaq's actually a better one to pay attention to, but let's not kid ourselves. All the markets across the world, they all kind of go together, if you know what I mean. By the way, the other markets, France and some other markets, are at all-time highs. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you guys something right now. I think Dow Jones Industrial is going to bust all-time highs, guys. Well, everybody's going to have their arrow right at the top with the hammer on top of that arrow right there, pointing it down. Somebody who knows, capo maybe, and then bam, they're going to say it's going to go down. It's going to correct. Then it's going to go back up. If you just landed here, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Be really, really appreciated. New subscribers, I do appreciate you too. You're in the minority if you follow this channel. Obviously, what sells right now? Bad news. Bad news, guys. Banking crisis, interest rates, the coming recession. So, Mr. Soloway still on the rampage, guys, right? And his prediction for the S&P 500 is 3,300. 3,300. And it's sitting at 4K. Yeah, that's right, guys. So, I wouldn't take that bet. He's too early. He's too early if it's going to do a down leg, guys, in my opinion. He's going to have to wait a few more months. So, here's the S&P 500, guys. All right, I'm gonna go over this, and then we have more data with the S&P 500. I couldn't believe how much the TradFi markets went up, but they decided to rip off a wave over here. Okay, a wave over there, a nice with divergence. You can see there's bearish divergence up there. Okay, so it ripped off a wave over here. So now we have a lot more data, and this in the middle is a flat. Okay, this flat move I've gone over. This is a 5-wave move right here, guys. Right here. Hold on for a second. This is a 5-wave move. Okay, by itself. All right, I'll explain it. You see this 5-wave move by itself. Fives can't be by themselves except in a flat. That's why people get confused by flats. It's the only move that can do it. So I don't trade Elliott Wave per se. You have to use other things included with Elliott Wave. But one good thing about it is that you get to learn about the flat. And in cryptocurrencies, those flats are everywhere. Running flats, expanded flats, regular flats, they're all over the place, and they're confusing. They're confusing. So that's what I think the biggest advantage of it is for that stuff. Just learning how these flats move and like to confuse people. They like to take time. They like to be quick. They go down, break the lows, and ramp back up, get everybody bullish again. That's usually the flat moves, guys. So I'm going off on a tangent here. So we have a couple options. What's going on here at the S&P is bullish for the time being. Is it going up into a corrective move? I don't know yet. I need more data. I need to see this leg over here, guys. But we have probably wave 1 of either wave 3 or wave C. I'm going to go with the more conservative approach right now and say this is a C wave. Okay, a C wave. So it's wave 1, and then come down for the 2. It might continue to go up. Okay, guys, down 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's like this. Okay, here's your A wave. This whole thing is your B wave, and then over here, correction, you should have a C wave. Okay, I do have $4,200 targets, and I have as high as 44 and 4,500 on the S&P 500. If this is going to go like that, guys, Bitcoin will be able to go up. I have targets on Bitcoin, 33,000, 34,000, and then 30. I'll show it to you on my chart, 38,000, and I think 45 to 48. If it gets above 48 to 50K, you start seeing candle bodies above there, we'll be looking at 58. Okay, 58. So it just kind of depends on what Bitcoin's going to play out. Now, I'm going to go over the Nasdaq too, guys, here. So I made change to the Nasdaq, guys. This is important too. I know I'm on the line chart. I like line charts because I like to go off candle bodies. And I don't trade the Nasdaq, guys, so it's not a big deal to me. But over here, you can see if I put on candle bodies, you can see your lows right there. Just took it off, okay? Your low is right there. I put it on the lines, So here's the deal with the Nasdaq, guys, all right? This move right here, I decided to investigate this one closely too. And guess what you have right there? Another 5-wave move, They can't be by themselves, right? And with the Nasdaq, okay, you see how high this came? So what I was waiting for on the Nasdaq, right? I saw a 5-wave move. I'm waiting for this to bust that high, and it did. The candle bodies bust the high. So check this out. You see that right there? To tick above that. So it can't be it's probably not A, B, C. It's not definitely not 1, 2. So you got a 5-way move down, and then you got to move up right here. So if you can believe it, this move, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, something like that. This move is a B wave, okay? Right here. If you can believe it, right? It looks like it's all big diagonal type move that it's making. Very, very confusing structure right now. It had me confused for a while. I'm like, okay, this thing's making a diagonal, but now it syncs up with the S&P 500 and the other indices over there. So in all actuality, let me put it back on the candle body so you can see this pattern that it's going right here. And it's a 3-way move up here. It's another very aggressive 3-way move and a 5-way move. In all actuality, if that is the pattern, and then there's a high probability that it is, that's a running flat, guys. That's very bullish. And then you got a wave over here. So the Nasdaq, right? The Nasdaq was struggling to get off. Why? Because a lot of the big boy tech stocks didn't make it to the bottom yet and came down, corrected that, made a 3-way move up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way move back down for the flat. And now it's over here, in my opinion, in a type of diagonal type move like this, possibly. Okay, so this is going to be wave 1 of the C wave at a minimum. Okay, and that's going to be going over here. And I do have targets on this one for like 14,000 and maybe even as high as 15,000 on the Nasdaq, guys. Okay, so here's the other thing too. I want to show you guys something, right? Show you should be bullish on the Nasdaq. You should be bullish on the Nasdaq, right? Here it is on the monthly chart. Okay, here it is on the monthly chart. Now let's take a look at this asset. Back here, 1974. This is wave 1. This is massive wave 2, and then here's another. This is not wave 3, guys. This is not wave 3. This is wave 1 of a 2, a lower sequence of this one. Okay, how do I know that? Well, turn on your RSI. Let me see here. There we go. We got the RSI on the monthlies. Check this out, guys. I'll show you something. You see that peak right there? 3rd wave peak. This wave is a lower sequence of that sequence over there. Okay, you're over here in a wave 1. Wave 1. Now you take a look at this on the Nasdaq, right? Look at where the monthly RSI is on the Nasdaq. Even though, okay, so the bears, you got the bears on the Nasdaq, right? I'm going on the Nasdaq. This matters for Bitcoin because if Nasdaq's going up, Bitcoin's going up, guys. It's going up. So here you got like a price right here, right? It didn't go down like that deep. So the bears were kind of expecting this to go down, go a lot farther. Okay. But if you take a look at this drop in the RSI, the momentum was very strong going down, guys. Okay. Very strong. So take a look at this right here on the Nasdaq. Let's take a look at a wave like, let's see, here's a wave right here. This wave right here. This is the 1987 crash, the 1987 crash. You take a look at this wave, look at it in the momentum. Look at it in the momentum though. It came down 50%, okay? Came down 50%. And over here in this wave, the momentum dropped it. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Over almost 51, 52%. You see? The crash over here that the Nasdaq just did, comparatively speaking, by momentum, is just as strong as a 1987 crash, guys. Now, I'm not saying it's done. It could be in a bounce over here, guys, a long-term bounce, okay? So you see the oscillators down here in the monthly, came all the way down here, you know, even took that one out next to it, ticked it. And time before that, the oscillator on the monthly, you can see was 2008, okay? And then you can see your cloud, and then you can see the ribbon. It went down below it, and it's back into the cloud. And you do have a little bit of a signal right here. Told you, pay attention, okay? So why is this going up? Why is the Nasdaq going up, and why is Bitcoin going up, guys? Because if I watch the media, all they're telling me about is the coming recession, banking crisis, and all this stuff going on. Okay, I'll show you something like you come here to Meta. This is Facebook, guys, right? Look at Meta right here, right? I said to you guys, I said, look, guys, you got to zoom out on the Meta asset, because why? Look at where it came to in this right here. And I told people, I said, hey, if you want to get some Meta, the guy in Australia did. He's like, thank me. I said, yeah, man. Just like, dude, the risk to reward ratio is like insane. Look at where it is in the monthly RSI. So you can see, boom, it went out of there. And I said, hey, this is probably the lowest you'll ever see Facebook or Meta in the for the next 10 years in the monthly RSI. So you see Meta, what are the big boys? it dropped. It went down. So let me go over some other assets. I'll show you guys something here. Let's go to another big boy asset, Google. Let's check out Google on the monthly. Here's Google's monthly chart. Check that out, guys. You see? All the way back down there. Boom. It took almost everything out from what? 2008. 2008. So Google looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. It's just struggling to get out of there. As a matter of fact, I think Google made a flat in there too, guys, is what Google did. Netflix was another one I talked about. This was back in July. Netflix is a little bit different. It's in a different sequence. Oh, here we go. Tesla. Let's take a look at Tesla on the monthly. Let's see. You see, here's this leg. It went up, and then it corrected the whole thing. Back down there, guys. You know, all the signals are pointing that that's a bottom. I have a different take on Tesla. Tesla likes to do flats. It likes to do flats. This area was a sideways flat. Took its time. Look how long that lasted, guys. Like you're looking at from September 14 all the way to 19. So like 5 years, Tesla went sideways and then went up into this wave. And this up here is another version of a flat. I know some people call that a fifth wave, guys. I don't think so. I think you had a massive, strong wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and boom. And it corrected it. Where did it correct to? Previous wave 4. Hey, dude, really, guys, it's that simple. It's really, really that simple. If you keep the media out of your mind, don't watch Bloomberg. I turn on Bloomberg, guys, and what do I hear? Banking crisis and coming recession. All that's going to do is keep retail from buying the bottom. Let's take a look at Microsoft. Microsoft on the monthly. Let's take a look at this one. You'd think, oh man, you know what? Don't buy that. It's gone up too much. It's gone up too much. Well, let's take a look at the RSI. See what we got. All right, it peaked out up there. You got your divergence, but it came all the way back down here, guys. It's probably, what, August of 2010. So you see how much momentum it came down in there, guys? It probably reset that cycle, okay? Probably reset that cycle. Very bullish asset. So you can see why you go to the Nasdaq, guys, here on the monthly. This is a bullish asset. So what I'm saying is that here with the, I'm going off a little bit. I'm going to explain something to you. You got a 1-2, and then you got a 1-2, and the Nasdaq will be, whenever it's done in this area, it'll be going into a third wave that'll last years. So it's going to be up and to the right for years. So what the Nasdaq is telling me is the future is what? Tech stocks, AI, blockchain, technology. It's the future. It's the future. Boom. It's going to be doing this, guys. So what does that mean? You come back over here to Bitcoin. Bitcoin, probably going to be doing the same thing too, because it's technology, guys. It's blockchain technology. And then a Bitcoin's going to be going up and to the right for a long period of time. Of course, with big corrections, then other cryptos would be going right up along with it, because we know how cryptocurrency works. It's kind of like, you know, they all kind of go up together. Bitcoin goes up, you know, Ethereum goes up, then the large caps and then the small caps. So, right, we know all that. That's how it works usually, right? So with Bitcoin, I'm still paying attention to this area, guys, on Bitcoin. Now, here's the thing. In this area, Bitcoin could have done a flat in there. You know, Ethereum is questionable. And I want to say that this was a 5-way move, and then it's supposed to correct this whole thing. The reason I say that that could be a flat is if you go over to GBTC. Here's GBTC. Second, let me hear. GBTC, guys, I think did a flat, or it's not actually a flat. It's a 3-3. It's a 3-3, and then it did like a 3. So this whole area, I'm still waiting for GBTC to play itself out. I think that GBTC made that move in there, okay? So you got a 3, 3, and then a 3 like that. It's WXY is what it would be. I think is what it did, okay? And if that's the case, maybe Bitcoin did the same thing, and that's a local bottom. And if you think about this, maybe Bitcoin is been in a correction for, let's take a look at this time. How long? Bitcoin's been in a correction for 30, you say 30, 40 days already. And maybe it's going to come down a little bit more and get out of there, guys. So here's my targets on Bitcoin that I'm looking for. First one, I want to see 31.5, get up to 32, the 32.9, 33 area, 34.1, okay? And got to depend. And then I'm looking at this this range for Bitcoin too is 35 to 42. And I do have, this is going to be the area to really be paying attention to Bitcoin. If it perhaps it gets up there, is the 42 to the 48.50 area, okay? The reason why I say that is that my fib targets, this is my fib targets based on this wave pattern right here, is a 47,800, 48,100 more or less. Okay. It's very interesting that my fib targets goes right over to this right there, guys. So, okay. The only reason, so that's going to be a very critical area to be paying attention to, because this wave could be done over here. It could be like done, and then it's going to go into a multi-month correction. Okay, guys, you cannot rule that out. You got a inverse head and shoulders pattern. This is a bottom forming process on Bitcoin. Okay, you take a look at that area. Kind of looks like that a little bit, right over there. And that's still probably going to be playing out. You know, it could get up here, you know, maybe, you know, you have something like this, you know, it finally gets up here like this, boom, 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 and you corrects a little bit, gets back up over here. And then we have maybe a fourth wave correction, right? Boom, 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 boom. You see something like that? Well, then you want to pay attention to this pattern right here, guys. Look at that pattern. Boom. You see? That could be going on too. So pay attention to how the waves are getting out of there. So I'm bullish on Bitcoin, guys. It's going to be going up, in my opinion, until things change. These assets, the Nasdaq, is going to be going up until things change. Something's going to have to change the underlying performance of it. The SPX, same thing, guys. It's going to be going up, in my opinion. The whole thing is what are these guys doing? I can't answer that right now. I don't have the evidence to support. Is this bullish or is this a corrective move going up on the S&P 500, guys? Don't know yet. Can't say it's the start of a bull run. I'm being more conservative with it. Say it's going up into an A and potentially a ABC type move, and that's good for Bitcoin, guys. That means Bitcoin is going to be making a move over here. Okay, at the end of the day, if you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like. Hit the subscribe button. Peace.